Your first mediumship reading does not have to be perfect. It just has to be real. And this is what I teach my pupils in Magnificent Mediumship. It's not about getting it right. It's not about proving or convincing or persuading. It's about speaking the truth that you are perceiving. And in this video, I'm going to take you step by step through a reading process so you can receive a message today, here, for yourself, and learn how to give messages to other people. So I remember the first time I did a reading, and maybe you've heard me talk about this before, but I really want to emphasize how terrified I was of getting it wrong. I was absolutely petrified of getting rejected. And the truth is, I had no idea what I was doing, but I had the pull. I had this energetic, heartfelt pull to practice and read for a sitter. A sitter is somebody that you're reading for. And I chose somebody that wasn't close to me. I chose actually a hairdressing client of mine who I knew was into spirituality and into mediumship. And I said, can I do a reading for you? Because I know I'm a medium, but I've never done a reading. It's just this inkling. It's just this knowing that I've got to go down this pathway. And she said, absolutely. So I took her upstairs from my downstairs salon where we were. I received a message that I heard within my head that said, put down your cards. You're just going to read her with whatever comes through. So I had this deck of cards, which I put down, and I was like, oh my gosh, dear God, what am I doing? I literally was standing, she was sitting down because I was like a nervous wreck. And I closed my eyes and said, what is coming through right now for Rosalind? And then literally I started getting these little tiny flashes, these subtle flashes of images, and feelings were coming through, and all my clears had started like kicking in. But it's like they were happening all at once. So I slowed down my breath and I connected in, and I was like, what am I seeing? Now, if I take away my ego and I allow my ego to go to the back door, go stay over there, and I just unapologetically say what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, what I am knowing, or what I'm sensing, then if I get a no, I get a no, and then I'll know, right? So the coolest thing was when I opened my eyes and I looked at her and she said, can I give you some feedback? And I was like, okay. And she said, that was an incredible reading and you were spot on, and you actually brought through an uncle, and she told me this whole scenario and situation about her relationship with her uncle, and she said it was one of the best readings that she'd ever had because she'd been trying to communicate with her uncle for 3 years. What the heck? I had no idea about the story with her and uncle. I barely knew this lady. I just knew her enough to know that I felt safe with her doing a reading, and I was literally trembling and petrified of being rejected. I share this with you because the one thing I did was I jumped. I took the plunge. I went with the niggle. I went with that inkling that I was a psychic medium, that knowing in my core. And I'm really glad I did, because now I'm here sharing my experience with you, and I'm about to take you through a step-by-step process for you to receive a message. And what I do in Magnificent Mediumship with all my beautiful pupils and my certification is I invite them to keep showing up even when they are scared, even when they're feeling terrified of getting it wrong, even when they don't want to show up, when they start upper limiting and they're like, I don't know, maybe I want to self-sabotage right now. I'm like, keep showing up, even through the resistance, because once you get through the resistance, you reap the rewards of your very own magnificence. So are you ready to do a reading, to learn the process, the simple steps? And you know, the thing is, I don't care if you've never done a reading before, or if you've already done 20 million. We can always learn from other people. So stay with me, because today you might unlock something that you had not unlocked before or not seen before. This is going to strengthen your mediumship. And for those of you who are really new at this, this is going to open you up to different realms of possibilities. Now, one thing I want to share with you, and I've shared in this series, is you don't need tools, you don't need cards, you don't need incense or crystals or anything like that, or even processes. You just must acknowledge that you are the strongest entity in your reality and that you are spirit, and to know spirit is to know yourself. So it's really important to understand that your power is your greatest protection, and holding yourself with standards and boundaries. And I talk about this a lot in my mediumship trainings over and over again, because they're the fundamental tools of mediumship. They're the foundations that we're laying down. It's not just about going and talking to dead people or getting evidence, and evidence is super important, but you are the number one tool. You are the most powerful entity, like I've expressed again and again in the series. So yes, I am going to invite you to use cards if you so choose to, or you can just be cardless and go with the process like I did with my very first reading, and I was blown away. Please know whatever happens today is just a draft. This is just the very beginning, because every day is just the beginning of new adventures, of new explorations of your gifts. And like I've already said in the clears, it's really important to understand that we're always shifting and changing our dominant clears, and our gifts are always morphing and amplifying. So are you ready? Are you ready? Give me a yes in the comment if you're ready to tune in to your mediumship abilities and get a very clear message for yourself today. Now, if you've got some cards, I invite you to tune into the cards, because this activation we're going to be doing, we'll be having our eyes closed. But if you've got some cards and you want to play with this, I invite you to tap into your cards. Always tap the cards when you're tapping in. Give them a shuffle, and just whatever tells you to stop, or wherever you feel to stop, or wherever you know to stop, or whatever that is for you, stop. Pull yourself a card. Now, I'm not going to look at this card. I'm going to put this card face down on my computer. And this is a little hack I want to share with you. Quite often when I'm reading for my one-to-one clients or in Magnificent Mediumship, I pull a card and I tell my client or my student what it is that I'm feeling, and then I reveal the card afterwards. I also do this in the Awaken community with Victoria Bond when I'm doing live card readings, and in my membership, just in case you're interested, and go check out those. So, are you ready? Let's go. I invite you to take a nice deep breath and come into a space that's nice and safe where you can close your eyes down. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out slowly and fully. Dropping your barriers down, feeling roots coming from your feet into the ground, wrapping around your most favorite crystal, anchoring the body, and coming into a space of gratitude. What are you grateful for today? Bringing that gratitude into the heart space and expanding the energy of gratitude, which is also love and light, through your entire vessel. Allowing your body to lighten up, to brighten up. We are expanding our frequency so we can match the frequency and vibration of spirit. So lightening up, lightening up, lightening up. Allowing your body to lighten up, and now expand. Expand to fill the room full of light. That's it. And now we're going to call in the ancestors, the angels, the spirit teams and guides of the highest frequencies and vibrations of the true white light to support you today in receiving a message. This is a beautiful thing to do when you're reading for yourself or reading for another. Making sure those barriers are dropped down, down, down. And now simply asking, what message would you like me to receive today? Third eye gaze, keeping your heart expanded in gratitude and light. What message do you have for me to receive today. Noticing all of your clears. What can you notice in your mind's eye? Can you hear anyone speaking to you, even if it is within your own mind, with your own voice? Can you sense anything within your body or on your body? Or a feeling within? This could be emotional. This could be a sensing. Or maybe you just download something like you already knew it to be true. For the next few moments, allowing yourself to receive any messages from Spirit, and just notice, is this Spirit here for you, or is this a message for somebody else? I want you just to acknowledge that Spirit speaks very fast. We can ask them to slow down if it's getting a bit too busy for us or confusing. And I invite you to speed up. Spirit is not slow. They're already there. Just meeting Spirit where they are at in this inner matrix that you've created. It's beautiful. And just anchoring in the message, the essence that you're required to know today for yourself or another. Bringing yourself back gently, 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 gently to your body. Beautiful. Wriggling your fingers and your toes, bringing the attention to behind your eyelids, and when you're ready, and only when you're ready, blinking your eyes open. Bringing yourself back slowly. And now we want to anchor that in. So I would love to know what you received, even if it was small, even if it was a feeling or energy. Maybe it was a message, maybe it was a vision or a light or a word. What came through for you? Even if it makes no sense to you, what I say to my magnificent mediums is 99% of what we receive for somebody else makes absolutely no sense to us when we're doing readings. So if that was for somebody else, maybe it seems a bit cryptic. Or maybe it was a message for you that seems a little bit cryptic as well. Or maybe you know exactly what it means. Pop it in the chat. Comment, let me know what that is. This is anchoring it in so another can witness it, so we can see it. And we can say, this is real, this is what happened. This is also going to anchor it into your mind so it doesn't just, you don't just forget about it when you go on with your everyday life. So what was that for you? I am just so excited to see. And just know, this is just the very beginning. For me, I had no idea that that one reading where I sensed these images and I felt this uncle energy around for Rosalind, I had no idea it would lead me to a space of having a YouTube, of having magnificent mediumship, my 12-week certification, of teaching hundreds of pupils and literally having access to thousands of people, teaching it to many, 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 many people. Had no idea. And if you told me that 10 years ago, I would have laughed and said, pull the other leg, right? Because I was a hairdresser and I was going to be a hairdresser forever. You were gifted, and whatever you received was perfect. And just like we've said in this series, we build up the muscles, we strengthen, we practice, we hone on into our skill set, just like an athlete, into what we're interested in and what we are good at. And we keep adapting and expanding our capacity. This is what we do in Magnificent Mediumship. And the truth is, everyone can be paid to be who they are. And when we open up to spirit, we also open up to manifestation. Magic and miracles start opening up for us. Possibilities start opening up for us. Friendships, connections, love, experiences that we may have never, ever thought possible until we open up to this 5D consciousness and beyond. This is what we've done in this series. We have opened up in a way that is safe, loving, kind, and of the heart. Spirit will know that you are available to do the work. And when you bring in your standards and your boundaries and your heart-guided magic to the world, only good can come from that. Mediumship is not just about talking to spirit, although that is a very big part of it, and it's really beautiful and powerful to connect spirit with those that have been left behind, or those that have left us to connect. And I really felt that when I brought Emma, my spirit girl, to her mum Jude. And Emma was a massive part of my mediumship awakening, because I was having to give messages from this girl who had passed away to her mum and to her family. And it was a big learning curve of the human, because we need to be at a level of consciousness, of self-awareness, of stability within ourselves. To know spirit is to know self, to be strong within, to bring the messages forward, to be paid for our gifts from spirit, from the world, from those that require our medicine. And I really know that wherever you are in your life, whether you are a lawyer, a school teacher, whether you're a facilitator of Reiki, or you're doing mediumship, or you're a channel, no matter where you are, whether you're a mum, or whether you are literally like, I'm just a human being that's fascinated in this stuff, your life will enhance and become so much more lighter and brighter when you become a multi-dimensional being. This is what mediumship is. This is what being a channel is. And for me, bringing this to you is a gift for me. So thank you for being here. If you're ready to take the next steps into Magnificent Mediumship, you can go check out all of the information. Of course, it's all here in the descriptions. You might want to jump on a call to see if you're a fit for this. And of course, we have got a membership, and we've got other spaces like Awaken Community with Victoria Bond, which is my free Facebook community, where we go even deeper. And I've even got free programs. This is what I call open source. This has been a taster of Magnificent Mediumship certification. And I know and I hope that you received something that you didn't know before, or maybe you remembered something that has been sparked into your consciousness, or maybe you removed something like a sneaky myth or point of view that's been holding you back. And then you will start blossoming. You'll become more consciously aware, more conscious, therefore even more psychic and aware of spirit. So I'll leave this with you now. Please remember, you're the strongest entity in your reality. To know spirit is to know self, and your power is your greatest protection. Know your boundaries, know your standards, and know that spirit is here for you when you are ready to receive. All you have to be is willing. And finally, the card that I pulled for you, the one that I put down that I have not looked at, it says helpful person. And this tells me that we are community. We grow together. We grow and we learn from one another. Someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be. and initiate contact. And maybe that's me, maybe it's your time for MM or to come into one of my containers. Maybe it's somebody else or something else. Maybe it's your guides that are right next to you, that are ready and willing to guide you on a deeper path, and they will bring you to people and situations that will expand your world. So here is your card, and it has been absolutely a massive privilege. It's always going to feel a bit stretchy. It's always going to feel a little bit uncomfortable diving into the unknown. But I invite you to embrace that because it's the best thing I ever did. Your mediumship gifts are awaiting you to go deeper. I hope you've enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and share this with a friend. This is a whole series that's going to help you enhance your mediumship. So make sure you visit it often and listen to these trainings more than once. We cut the cord ties now. We give thanks to the angels, the ancestors, and the guides that have come through today. I invite you to bring your hands into your heart and gently bow to your very own self and the teachers that came before you. Thank you for being here. Until next time, namaste.